Okay, so good afternoon all. Yesterday lecture we had discussed with amino acid structure when I told to you that how the Lehninger classification, according to that 20 amino acids are differentiated into 4 groups, and the code I had given to you. See, the R group in the proteinaceous amino acid could be hydrogen, that is in glycine. So glycine consists R group. So see in the diagram 9.1, the molecular structures given there. Okay, so in glycine R group is there. R group is hydrogen. Example, glycine. That you have to remember it at all. So how the glycine is drawn? It is very easy. Center side carbon, above hydrogen, over this side COOH, over the side amino group NH2, and below you have to write H. Okay, fine. Now, so this is the structure of glycine. MCQ is frequently asked. Now, the methyl group, that is alanine. R group is methyl. Example, alanine. Okay, see the chemical structure. CH3 is given there. So centermost side carbon, one side hydrogen, one side carboxylic acid group, one side amino group, same, and here you have to write methyl group, and here hydrogen. Okay, now hydroxyl methyl group. R group is hydroxymethyl. Example, serine. Fine. So the structure is like this. Center side carbon, above side hydrogen, carboxylic acid group, amino group, and hydroxymethyl is CH2OH. Okay. 3 of 20 amino acids are shown in 9.1 diagram. Now, here glutamic acid and aspartic acid are acidic in nature. Glutamic acid and aspartic acid are acidic in nature. Okay. The chemical and physical property of amino acid are essentially to amino, carboxyl and R functional group. See here, in all amino acids, carboxyl, H and amino group are same in all, but R group is differentiated. In chemistry, in 12th standard, you will learn all the R groups or 20 amino acids. Okay? Based on the number of amino and carboxyl groups, there are acidic. So, glutamic acid and aspartic acid are acidic in nature. Lysine is basic one. And valine is neutral one. Lysine is basic amino acid, whereas valine is neutral. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Similarly, there are aromatic amino acid, tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan. Okay, tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan are aromatic amino acids. Aromatic groups are attached to the R. Okay, particular property of amino acid is ionizable in nature of amino group and carboxylic group. So one thing I want to tell you, amino acid is amphoteric in nature. एम्फीटेरिक मतलब it consists both basic and acidic group in its structure. Generally, ionizing wise, amino acid is neutral one, but the amino acid consists amino group, that is basic group, as well as acidic group, carboxylic group. That's why it is known as amphiteric. Hence, in the solution of different pH, and structure of amino acid can be changed. Now, I want to tell you Zwitter ion. What is Zwitter ion? See. Normally, this is the structure of amino acid. Fine. So, from this structure, if I will move the hydrogen at this side, so this is known as Zwitter ion. So hydrogen is moved on this side. So please remember, dear Lord students, hydrogen is moved from the carboxylic acid group. Hydrogen is moved from the carboxylic acid group towards the amino group. So over the nitrogen plus one charge came, and over the hydrogen one valency remains. So over the oxygen minus is there, and over the nitrogen plus charge will be there. So as you know that hydrogen has one valency, oxygen has two, nitrogen has three, and carbon has four. So here oxygen has one valency remains, known as O minus, and hydrogen moves from here to this. So that's why in chart B is known as Zwitter ionic form. So when you move from B to A, what happened here? Hydrogen is added. When you move from B to A, hydrogen is added, and that hydrogen is attached to the carboxylic acid group first. That's why COOH is there. Remaining thing is same. And when you move from the A to B, hydrogen it is dissociated from the carboxyl acid group. Okay. Then when you move from B to C, hydrogen is also dissociated. So it is dissociated from the NH3. So over the NH3, 1 plus charge is lost. So NH2 is there, and COO minus is as it is. So when you move from A to B to C, when you move from A to B to C, what happened? Hydrogen is released. And when you move from C to B to A, hydrogen is added. Okay, but B form is of Zwitter ion. So this is the most important thing. Okay, now the lipid topic is given there. Lipids are generally water insoluble. Let's see the lipid in detail. Lipids generally water insoluble, but soluble in ether, benzene and chloroform. There could be simple fatty acid. Here in the lipid structure, fatty acids are there. Fatty acids has carboxyl group attached to the R group. And R group could be methyl or ethyl or higher number. Okay, so here in fatty acid R group is there. So R group is belonging to 1 to 19. Methyl group, ethyl group, and many molecules of CH2 group, 1 to 9 carbon. So in fatty acid, methyl group, CH2Ca3, that is C2H5, ethyl group, or sometimes many number of CH2 group, 1 to 19 are present. For example, palmitic acid has 16 carbon, including carboxyl carbon. Please remember, palmitic acid has 16 carbon. Palmitic acid is fatty acid. Arachidonic acid has 20 carbon. Fatty acid could be saturated and unsaturated. So here fatty acids are of two types. Saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fatty acid means it has carbon-carbon one bond only. Saturated fatty acid means in that carbon is attached with one bond only at every side. But unsaturated fatty acid, so here at one carbon at one side, carbon is attached with two bonds, and at all remaining side carbon attached with carbon with one bond only. So here you say that saturated fatty acid consists one bond between the two carbon, and unsaturated fatty acid you say that carbon attached with one bond, and one region carbon is attached with another carbon with two bond. Another simple lipid is glycerol with trihydroxypropane. So glycerol is known as trihydroxyl alcohol. So glycerol નું સ્ટ્રક્ચર કેવું છે? આવું છે. CH2OH CHOH and CH2OH. So glycerol is also known as trihydroxypropane. So this is the structure of glycerol. Okay. Now many lipid have both. Some lipid have only fatty acid. Some lipid have only glycerol. But some lipid has glycerol and fatty acid both. But glycerol and fatty acid all are joined together by ester bond. If fatty acid and glycerol are joined together by important thing ester bond and form the lipid. So today you should know one thing. In lipid, ester bond is there. So we had learned the digestion and absorption chapter, 16th chapter. I had told to you all digestive enzymes are hydrolytic in nature. So lipase enzyme breaks this ester bond. Lipase enzyme breaks this ester bond, and as a result lipid is converted into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, fine. So many lipid have both glycerol and fatty acid. Here the fatty acids are found esterified with glycerol. So esterified means ester bond is present in between these two. They can be then monoglyceride. Monoglyceride means one alcoholic group is there. Diglyceride, two alcohol group is there. And triglyceride or trihydroxyl group is there. So triglyceride, monoglyceride and diglyceride. So monoglyceride, one fatty acid, one alcohol. Diglyceride, two fatty acid, one alcohol. sorry, 2 fatty acid, yes, 1 alcohol, but 2 hydroxyl group is there. And triglyceride means glycerol and 3 fatty acid. Okay, so monoglyceride, again I am repeating this. Monoglyceride means 1 alcohol and 1 fatty acid. Diglyceride, 2 alcohol, 2 hydroxyl group. 2 hydroxyl group consist 1 alcohol and 2 fatty acids. And triglyceride means trihydroxy alcohol and 3 fatty acids. Whereas in diglyceride, dihydroxy alcohol is there and 2 fatty acids are. So according to the number of fatty acid and alcohol group, so lipid is divided into 3 parts: monoglyceride, diglyceride and triglyceride. These are also called as fat or oils based on the melting point. Oils have lower melting point. Gingerly oil. Some lipid is always in liquid form. Example, coconut oil, palmolive oil, groundnut oil, like that. That oil is always in liquid in nature. Some lipid are always in solid form, semi-solid form. Example, butter, vegetable ghee. Butter, vegetable ghee, all are normally semi-solid in nature and hence remain as oil in winter. तो winter માં તમે જોજો ઘી છે, વેજીટેબલ ઘી છે કે પ્યોર ઘી છે એ થીજી જશે, ફ્રીઝ થઈ જશે, બરાબર. બટ ઓઇલ છે વિન્ટરમાં ઓઇલ ફોર્મમાં જ રહેશે. Can you identify a fat from the market? Since lipid have phosphorus and phosphorylated organic compound in them, these are phospholipid. So phospholipid Okay, phospholipid, phosphate group, glycolipid, glucose group, and lipoprotein, protein. So glucose, phosphate and protein are non-lipid components. So these all are known as complex lipid. And as you know that the plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid. They are found in cell membrane. Yes. So cell membrane is made up of phospholipid. The most important one, lecithin is one example. some tissue, especially neural tissue, have lipid with more complex structure. So over the neuron, you know that myelin sheath. Okay, cell membrane is made up of phospholipid, myelin sheath in neuron. You know that neurons are myelinated as well as non-myelinated. So myelin sheath in neuron is made up of lipid. Cuticle layer is on the leaf. Cuticle layer on the leaf is made up of lipid to reduce its transpiration. So on leaf, when you apply Vaseline, in water stress condition, okay, in summer, if you apply the Vaseline, please remember, in summer when you apply Vaseline over the leaf, so according to the high temperature in the atmosphere, the leaf cannot lose the water in the form of vapor. I mean to say, the leaf cannot perform transpiration. So very less transpiration, as a result the leaf curl cannot occur. So the cuticle layer is made up of cutin. The cuticle layer is made up of cutin. So cuticle layer is the thickest layer in the leaf of the xerophytic plants. In desert, the leaf can now exposed during daytime at a very high temperature. In desert, very less water is there in plant as well as in the soil. So here what happened, plant has suffered water stress condition, severe water stress condition. So to prevent the water stress condition in the plant, it has thickest layer. So thick leaves consisting plants can easily grow in the desert. Just for example, aloe vera. Aloe vera can easily grow. Opuntia, fafda thor kehvaય. Opuntia, cactus. Cactus plants, thorny plants શું કામ ડેઝર્ટમાં easily grow થઈ શકે છે? Because thorns can reduce the transpiration rate. Okay, so cuticle layer is the thickest layer in the leaf of the xerophytic plants. Okay, now about the DNA and the RNA, the next thing will be there. Now one thing I want to tell you, the difference between the DNA and RNA. Now the nucleic acid. Okay. DNA is double helical structure. RNA is single helical. You know that DNA is spirally. DNA is spirally wind to each other. So over the DNA, two strands are there. On the DNA, two helical strands are there. On RNA, single helical helix is there. Okay. Then DNA is genetic material in all organisms except the virus. Okay, whereas RNA is genetic material in virus. From this statement you are confused. Sir, in second chapter we had learned that in virus genetic material is RNA or DNA, but not both. Repeat करूँ छू. From this statement you are confused that sir, RNA as well as DNA, RNA or DNA is present as a genetic material in the virus, but both are not present. But majority of the virus can consist RNA. Okay. DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. Whereas the full form of RNA is ribonucleic acid. So according to this statement, DNA consists deoxyribose, that is pentose sugar, according to this statement we say that DNA consists deoxyribose 5 carbon sugar, that is pentose sugar, whereas RNA consists ribose sugar 5 carbon sugar in its structure. Okay. DNA is metabolically inactive, whereas RNA is metabolically active. In our body, we have DNA as well as RNA both. Each and every organism has specific amount of DNA. When organism to organism will be altered, the amount of the DNA will be changed. Suppose example, you know that we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. So that is the fixed number. Okay. But if you change the organism, the chromosome number will be changed. Fine. But we have DNA as well as RNA both. But each and every activity takes place in our body can be performed by RNA. How? DNA from the RNA, RNA from the protein, protein from the enzymes. Again, DNA from the RNA, RNA from the protein, protein from the enzyme. An enzyme performs its specific activity. Specific activity can be performed by RNA but indirectly controlled by DNA. Again, specific activity can be performed by RNA by producing the specific enzymes. But specific activity controlled by DNA. DNA amount will not be altered, but after metabolic process, the RNA is degenerated. After any particular metabolic process, RNA is degenerated. New RNA is formed. RNA is degenerated. New RNA is formed. So that will be altered. But amount of the DNA is remain as it is in the fixed amount in the organism. And one more thing. Thymine is present in DNA, whereas uracil is present in RNA. Cytosine, guanine and adenine are present in both. These are known as nitrogen bases. So DNA and RNA are made up of nitrogen bases. So total 5 nitrogen bases are there. Which 5? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine and uracil. Again 5 nitrogen bases are there. Adenine, cytosine, guanine, thymine and uracil. But out of these 5, adenine, cytosine and guanine. These three are present in both DNA as well as RNA. But on the DNA, thymine is there, and in the RNA, uracil is there. So uracil is not present in DNA, and thymine is not present in RNA. So I hope up to this everybody understand it properly. So next thing we will discuss in next one. So here I can stop. Thank you very much to attend this.